Welcome back. God bless you and God bless America. I'm your host, Steve, and this is the Liberal Letdown. All right, so first things first, we're going to talk about my Cleveland Browns a little bit. My beloved Cleveland Browns. So yesterday they broke their losing streak. But did they really? No, I don't think they did. However, they look like shit until they look good, and then until they look like shit again. However, they held their own against a very good team, a defense that proved its worth, and an offense that sucked. Big Ben is losing the stuff, and Antonio Brown was kept in check. Denzel Ward had a fantastic game, and that wasn't even including the interceptions. The way he defended Antonio Brown when he caught that touchdown was still fantastic. Most receivers don't catch that, so that you gotta add that to the skill of Antonio Brown. That's why he caught that touchdown, and that's about it. Denzel Ward had a great game. Myles Garrett was a freaking animal. Dude's gonna be gross if he stays healthy. He really is. I'd like to see Agba come back. That'd be great. And people knocking on Tyrod Taylor. Listen here, man. You go and run around with no freaking offensive line, guys that aren't blocking for you, and T.J. Watt that's crawling in your butthole. Then I'll see, what you guys are saying. Until you play the damn game, shut up. That's what I say about that. It was pouring rain the whole damn day. Ask any fan that was there. They were sick, and they're sick today. And they were wet, and he wasn't even. No, let that one go. I'm not worried about that whatsoever. Plus, Njoku's got to catch some damn balls. Dude's got to catch some passes. The guy's throwing to you. He's giving you targets. You got to catch the ball. So, all right, that's my little football recap. So today we're going to talk a little bit of South Korean Islamophobia. Maxine Waters openly admits she's trying to impeach Trump, and some Twitter suspends Chris Paranto. He for going after Obama, which is hysterical because in them suspending him, they show a clear cut bias. So I want to touch on that a little bit because I've been suspended. I am shadow banned. A friend of mine showed me a link to where you can know if that algorithm affects you, and I got it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So UN refugee agency blames South Koreans' concerns about Muslim migrants on Islamophobia. Why is that Islamophobic? I mean, don't get me wrong. I've said for the longest time the UN's a shithole. It's stupid. There's no point in it. All it does is get all the little shithole countries a thing to be a part of. They're trash. It's a trash organization. I think Nikki Haley understands that, and I think I don't know. I don't see us being a part of that or being as big a part of that for much longer. Personally, I don't see the benefit. I really don't. But then again, maybe there's something I don't know. So, okay. So Hein Shin, Korea's spokesperson for the UN's refugee agency, or the UNHCR, said there are no fake refugees. That's our message. This phrase stems from the fact that these Yemenis are male, young, flew to Jeju, and carry iPhones. So it's ignorance on the Koreans' part. They don't understand these people are fleeing persecution. You can be rich or poor, but when a war breaks out, that doesn't matter. There's xenophobia not against refugees, but against Muslims. They also don't understand Islamic culture, and the fake news about extremism fuels these fears. I guess, and what the article cites too, because Robert Spencer is just an amazing genius. the first question he asks is how many of these young male iPhone toting refugees, quote unquote, brought their wives and children. And that's the question that everybody is asking. You say, well, you don't understand Islamic culture. Ask that question. Where's your answer? Or are their wives and children not facing the same persecution? And that's what the article goes on to ask. I mean, in all seriousness, this man, Robert Spencer, people call him all sorts of things. And this man has done absolutely nothing except enlighten people and ask questions. He asked 2 legitimate questions. And then he goes on and he throws facts at these guys. And he asks about all the fake news about extremism. And all you see is all this facts, all these people that come in. Oh, well, it's a small percentage. But it is not the action, it is the ideals. And that is what this man, Robert Spencer, preaches. It is ideals in this religion that causes all these people to feel this way and to act this way. 9/11 is, I'm recording at 12:20 in the morning on 9/11. This is why that happened. That's why 9/11 happened. People come up with all these conspiracy theories stating that the U.S. did it themselves, and I just don't believe that. And you look at pictures and watch videos of these people jumping from buildings because they didn't want to catch fire. And it's heartbreaking. I was in 4th grade when it happened. I remember getting off the bus, walking inside. My stepfather was pissed. He was angry in his face. My mother was almost in tears. And we're watching all this happen. And it was terrifying. I didn't know what was happening. How am I supposed to know what's happening? I'm in 4th grade. I didn't really understand the thought process, the ideals, until recently, until a couple years ago, as to why these people would feel this way. And not just about anybody, about America specifically, about Western countries specifically. And it's just so disturbing. And all Robert Spencer does is enlighten these people. That's it. That's all he does. And I have all of his books. The man is beyond knowledgeable on this. And he regularly schools Muslims on their own thoughts. It is insane what he does to people on Twitter. And you got to give him credit. Go ahead and read the article. I'll have it in the show notes. I'll see if I can't maybe get him to go ahead and share this a little bit, talk to him. We'll see, but, hey, who knows. All right, moving on. Maxine Waters. This woman is just disgusting. She looks like she's made from wax. She, she's just a joke. She really is. She's on another anti-Trump rampage, and this degen, she's sitting there talking, and she's a lot calmer this time. But this is what she says, okay? We don't ask permission to protest. We protest when we understand that we have to make America hear us and see us and understand that we all have something to say. She says she wants to talk to Dianne Feinstein and tell her to remember there are those who said that we lacked, civility when I got up and talked about the president's cabinet. And I said, if you see them anywhere, if you see them at a restaurant, if you see them at a department store, or even at a gasoline station, just tell them you're not welcome here or anywhere. And so it frightened a lot of people, and of course the lying president said that I threatened all of his constituents. I did not threaten his constituents, his supporters. I do that all the time, but I didn't do that this time. And she also said that President Donald Trump keeps her awake at night. Eventually this is going to be, you're going to be able to consider this some type of, it's prejudice, right? It's a form of prejudice and division. And this is, how is this, aside from police dogs and water cannons, how is this any different speak than what was happening in the 60s and the 50s? In all seriousness, this lady is calling for people to be badgered, belittled, thrown out of establishments. And they're not rioting. They're not doing anything physically wrong. They are literally enjoying food with their family or friends or colleagues. Getting gas, buying things from a department store. They're doing nothing because they're not, they're not working. They're not promoting anything ill will against her or her people or what she seems her people, because apparently she's just this great big hero of the left now, and somebody like Sarah Sanders is just some piece of crap. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I mean, that's hatred, right? That's beyond. That's beyond just disagreement. This woman is yet again, she's reaffirming her call for hatred against just right-wing people. It doesn't matter if you support Trump. You could be the biggest anti-Trump person in the world, and these guys will applaud you up until you say, well, you know what, abortion's murder. And then you're the biggest piece of garbage again. And I don't understand. She talks about it after, she wants Trump impeached. She said, you knock one down, and then we'll be ready for Pence. We'll get him too. I just think that that's ridiculous. I want to see that happen. And Trump has such a following, and I'm not saying that it's an appropriate type of following, because there are people who are just so crazed about this man. And don't get me wrong, he's my president. He's your president. He is everybody's president. But there are some people who follow him religiously, and it's scary. Just like were those who love Obama, and I still don't get it. I love a lot of what Trump does. I truly do. But I also call him out on his dumb stuff. It's the people that don't call out Obama at all that just make me giggle, because they are the worst kind of people. This is something that's going to tie into. Excuse me. This is going to tie into last week, what happened with Alex Jones and Twitter and getting permanently banned. Oh God, it's so banned. And Chris Paronto, he was one of the Benghazi survivors. Has been suspended from Twitter for mocking Obama and liberals. And I think it's hysterical, because these guys just don't get it. They really don't get it. So this is what happened. Okay, so there's this radical left-wing account, a secret society alumnus, stated that Obama had killed Osama bin Laden, and Robert J. O'Neill, who is the SEAL who shot bin Laden in the fucking face, he had just asked the question, do you know who you're talking to? So Paronto responded, and he mocked the liberal pretty hard, because apparently everybody's soft-skinned. Said, OMG, exclamation point, or question mark, exclamation point. Did you just tell the guy who shot bin Laden that Barack Obama did it? And he's laughing. Thank you for verifying that B. Hussein Obama worship and TDS causes liberalists to skip retard and go straight to potato. Hashtag you are an idiot. Hashtag never go full retard. He got suspended for that tweet. That's hysterical. That tweet is hysterical. So shortly after he got suspended, and he was forced to delete the tweet. Right? So he's deleted the tweet, and his account got suspended. And then he comes out after being in the Twitter penalty box for a few and having to delete the below tweet because he copied it and he shared it again for offending the leftist hate group at It Must End for their epic fail of telling Rob O'Neill that B. Hussein Obama killed UBL and not him. I'm back up. So Twitter doesn't censor age at Jack. And for those of you who don't know, Jack is the CEO of Twitter. And he slammed Obama, too. This was Friday. Because Obama said that Benghazi was a wild conspiracy theory. And, no. I can't, I mean, for Obama to say that when he was acknowledging it at the time is just, how much more do you want to have discussed against a person? He just, to say that, I guess I don't understand what would make him think that way. What would make him actually say that in a public setting, as he's bashing all Republicans, just bashing everybody. And this article is from Daily Wire. This one from Breitbart. He just, I don't get it. He didn't say anything. He didn't threaten anybody. He didn't threaten anybody at all. He just said, well, no, you're dumb. It all Robert J. O'Neill. The thing that started off, he said Nazis are bad. And he quoted Obama, and he said the speech that he let out. He said, Nazis are bad, now trying saying radical Islam. And then that other account said he kind of killed Osama bin Laden, so... And it just... They supported the left because they don't know who they're talking to and what they're talking about. Right? They didn't do their research. They didn't do the fact-checking. So how is it that Peranto gets suspended and is forced to delete the tweet when he didn't threaten anybody? He just made fun of people. Comedians make jokes on Twitter all the time. The left makes rape jokes and pedophilia comments all the time, and they're not flagged. So the fact that he asks about censorship, that there is clear cut. It's clear cut, and if it wasn't clear before, it absolutely is now. Never go full retard. You seen that movie? It is hysterical. Tropic Thunder is hysterical. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's old. It's older. But that's it for the show today. I just wanted to talk about a couple things. They were bugging me, and I seen the Peranto thing. It just bugged me a lot. So thank you for listening. God bless you, and God bless America.